As a parent, it's super important to teach your kid financial responsibility from a young age. And you want to incentivize them for learning financial concepts like saving, spending, interest, and giving. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Greenlight Debit card and how it's helping kids learn basic financial concepts. What's up, money makers? I'm Brandon Young. On this channel, I have taught hundreds of people how to make, save, and invest money through real estate, investing, and cryptocurrency. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss a beat. Now, what exactly is the Greenlight Debit card? The Greenlight Debit card is going to allow you to issue your child's allowance, and this is whether you want to tie it to a chore list or not. And once your child receives their allowance, they can divvy up earnings of their allowance through saving, spending, and giving categories. Now, this debit card must be funded with a parent account, as well as if the child is old enough to have a job, they can also direct deposit their pay to that account as well. Your child can use the Greenlight Debit card anywhere that MasterCard is accepted, which is awesome. Now let's go into some of the features of the card and show what it's all about. Number one is to make instant transfers. Now, as long as you have funded your parent account, you should be able to do instant transfers to your child's account whenever you need to do so. Keep in mind, it needs to be done through the Greenlight app. Number two is incentivize certain chores. Now, you can set up one-time chores or recurring chores for your child to do, and your child must do it before the deadline. Now, if your child does it before the deadline, they are incentivized with a cash bonus. And this cash bonus will be paid by you, obviously. Number three is to automate allowance. Now, you can use the Greenlight app to automate your allowance to your child. You can set this up weekly, bi-weekly, maybe you want to set it up for one time, monthly, or depending on the chore list that you give to your child. Number four is to receive real-time notifications. Now, anytime your child uses the Greenlight Debit card, you'll get a notification explaining what they're spending their money on, how much they're spending, and if their card gets declined for any moment in time, you will see why it got declined and how much it got declined for. So you get all the stats, the notifications on what your child is doing. Number five is to institute spending guardrails. Now, because the Greenlight Debit card is for kids, they won't be able to spend the card on certain things. Now, this may include adult entertainment, gambling, just to name a few, but there are some other specific niches that they won't be able to look at. So just check the website to see what that constitutes and what is involved in that actual list. Now, let's talk about the actual fees associated with this account. Now, the debit card does come with a monthly fee, and usually it's not uncommon to see this with a prepaid card. However, there is no way to waive this fee at any time. Now, as well as you paying this fee every single month, the card also does not pay any type of interest, as well as you cannot do any cash deposits. As well as there are some fees for personalization to the card, as well as a replacement card fee, which is pretty standard for most cards. Now, on a monthly basis, you should expect to pay about $4.99 for this card, $9.99 for card personalization, and about $3.99 just in case you need a replacement card, and about $29.99 for expedited shipping for that card. There are also many limitations to be aware of when it comes to this Greenlight card. Now, the maximum balance that a child account can hold is only about $5,000, with the parent account being about $10,000. As well as ATM withdrawals can only be about $100 a day per child and $500 a day per family. Now, let's get into the pros and the cons for this card, because there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons to it. So one pro to this card is the ability to set the allowance and set the chores. So it's awesome that you can incentivize your kids for doing chores and be able to pay them based off of the incentivization and them doing it. Number 2 is to set meaningful interest rates. So as you know, a lot of these banks don't pay any type of interest, and even if they do, it's nothing life-changing. So you as a parent, you have the ability to set a interest rate just so you can teach your kids how banks work. And when they're saving their money, you can incentivize them saving their money by giving them a nice little interest rate to help them grow. Number 3 is to monitor exactly what they're doing. So obviously you want to know what they're spending their money on, and you're making sure you're keeping them safe. So it's awesome that you can see what they're doing, as well as you can know when their card gets declined, so maybe you can send them some money so they don't get stuck in a pickle. Now, number 4 is to create spending limitations. So kids, they tend to spend their money on a lot of crazy stuff, so you can set a limitation on how they can spend, maybe daily, monthly, weekly, so they have some money saved up, or they have money to do the things that are really important to them being successful. Now, with the good, gotta go with the bad as well. So some of the cons are, number 1, they don't pay any type of interest. And to be honest, a lot of banks, regardless if they pay some type of interest isn't something that is going to be life-changing when you receive it from the bank, because it's usually very minuscule. So I wouldn't really look at this as a con too much, because regardless of if they're paying interest or not, it's not gonna be too much. Number 2 is gonna be that monthly fee. So obviously that money is gonna sneak up on you, and sometimes people don't want to come out of pocket to do something like this, but it is for a good reason. So it's a con because it's taking money out your pocket, but then again, you can't really teach your kids these financial concepts without putting them in the game, to be honest, and letting them learn. So it's kind of for a good reason. Number 3 is you can't deposit cash onto the Greenlight debit card. Now, the bank does mention a workaround for this, but obviously you want to make things as easy as possible when it comes to processes, but kind of makes it annoying that you have to like take money from one of your working debit cards, transfer it to the Greenlight, then you can transfer it from the Greenlight to your kids. It's a whole lot of work, to be honest. But honestly, the Greenlight debit card is very safe. I feel like it's reliable, and it's a great resource to show your kids how to get started in the banking world, as well as it is a MasterCard, so it is safe, as well as it is FDIC insured. But will you get started with the Greenlight card? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to go and leave me a like and go subscribe to my channel. I'm Brandon Young. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.